So, one of the biggest theories at the moment about the Nintendo Switch is the Switch Pro. I mean, it's popping up absolutely everywhere if you search Switch Pro on Google or somewhere. Well, just Switch even. But while everybody, just absolutely everybody, is thinking that it's going to be, when it's docked in the TV, 4K screens with an OLED screen and whatnot on the handheld, I'm thinking the other way. I'm thinking that they're gonna keep it as powerful as it is. These are my ideas for new Nintendo Switches to come. So the year is 2017 and Nintendo have released a console and a handheld to replace both the Wii U, rest in peace Wii U, and the 3DS, rest in peace 3DS, called the Switch. So, if you are pathetic enough not to know about the Switch, 1, how long have you been living under a rock? And 2, I'll tell you. So the Switch, 2 detachable Joy-Cons, and then there's probably the smallest cartridge in handheld history, or even just console history. I mean, look how small these things are. Absolutely tiny. Now, when this thing came out, rumors started popping up about a Switch Mini and a Switch XL. Now, for a Switch Mini and a Switch XL to exist makes perfect sense. And then, on September 20th, 2019, the Switch Lite released. So the theory about the Switch Mini was true. Now, the Switch Lite doesn't have a kickstand on the back, but the SD card slot is in the exact same place. The Joy-Cons are attached to the system. There's no HD rumble or IR motion camera. So now that the Switch Lite's out the way, thank God it exists, there are theories popping up a lot more about the Switch Pro. So, what would that do to the fellow Switches on the market already? So, how much would that affect the Switch family of consoles? Now, I've got another theory. What if they're releasing a different type of Switch? One that can add another handheld like the Switch Lite, like a Switch Lite Pro or something. Or a Switch Pro that can only be a home console. Also, I'm gonna stop showing this at the camera in case anyone gets nauseous. If you're already nauseous, I'm terribly sorry. Well, I've come up with my own theories for some new Switches. And I don't really have screen recording working at the moment. I can try it. Actually, yeah, let's give that a go. Okay, yes, we've got screen recording working. So, I've kind of made up 2 little Switch designs for Nintendo to make. They don't have to, but they can if they like. So, we're going to start with the Nintendo Switch Lite Elite. Slightly bigger screen. All of the features with this. Launch price £209.99 or $299.99. And because Nintendo's based in Japan, I thought I'd include Japanese yen as well. And I've done £299.99, and I've done that with my Alexa to translate it into Japanese yen. 30,730 yen. So the major feature is that it's £10 more expensive than the Switch Lite, was $10, and that's because it's a bit bigger. So as you'll notice, probably the biggest thing is the buttons. So I've kind of made these buttons a bit like GameCube layout, but not too much. And then the analog sticks, I thought I'd make, well, basically, the best thing about this, I think, is that backwards compatible with 3DS games. Like, who didn't want backwards compatibility with 3DS and Wii U games on the Switch? It's such a shame it's not there. But I thought you could make the Switch Lite Elite compatible with 3DS games, and it can be used as a wired Switch on Switch U. Now, Switch U, I'll get to the Switch U in a second, can be used as a wired Switch and Switch U controller. And then there's a second screen attached to the back of the system for 3DS games, a bit like the PSP Go. In fact, I can show you if you like. PSP Go. So the screen folds to behind. Well, the controls fold behind the screen. So I thought that I could implement that with the screen onto the Switch Elite. Now, there's also, I thought I'd add GameCube-like shoulder buttons and analog sticks, so it feels like you're using proper GameCube controller, because it's probably one of the most loved controllers in the world. And it was also the first wireless controller thanks to the Wavebird. Now, Switch U. This thing. That. By the way, I spent most of my morning today making these. Now, I'm okay with any hatred in the comment section, if you're even allowed to. I don't even know if you can. But I think that it's fine if you don't like it. It's fine if you think Nintendo should make this. These are just examples. They don't have. I'm not forcing Nintendo to make it. Although, I'm assuming now that everyone that's watched this video is going to be like, hey Nintendo, make these consoles. They're amazing. I'm not that sure that they will, but okay. So, Switch U. I think you know by this and this what the Switch U is. It's a mix of a Nintendo Switch and a Wii U. Because it can play Wii U games and Switch games. Now, it's got, let's focus on the gamepad first of all. How I made this was, I got the regular Joy-Con grip, duplicated it, got a half off of each one. Now, it was a different, whichever one I chopped off on one grip, on one picture, I would chop off the other one on the other picture. And then I added a little screenish thing into the center. And then this is a Switch U gamepad. People are gonna hate me for making this, but like, imagine, by the way, I'm crediting Scott the Walls for this. Imagine you got lasagna on your Wii U. The Switch isn't backwards compatible with the Wii U. In fact, there's no system other than the Wii U that can play Wii U games. Like the Wii and Wii U can both play Wii games, but they can't but the Wii can't play Wii U games. So sad face. So there has to be another system. This is where the Switch U comes in. So It's backwards compatible with the Wii U. Duh. There's 3 USB ports for wired controllers. Works with both Wii U and Switch Pro controllers. Now, I forgot to add an S. I apologize for my grammar. Now, quickly before... This is completely random, but even though I really like the Wii U Pro controller, it is kind of hard to use. Because, like, of course you've got the 2 analog sticks at the top, and then at the bottom there's nothing. So, with the Wii U Pro controller, it's really weird to hold, so you can press the A, B, X, and Y buttons. Anyways, and then it's basically a mix of a Wii U gamepad with detachable Joy-Cons for 2 players. Now, I thought this was quite cool because there would be a screen, and the gamepad would have a grip. I mean, like, one of the reasons I'm a bit miffed about the Switch is because to actually have comfortable Joy-Cons, you have to buy like special cases for them. But then that makes it hard to put them in the proper Joy-Con grip. So when you're using it in handheld mode, you just have to hold it uncomfortably. Now, this is okay with the Switch Lite because it's smaller. I don't know how to put this, but it just feels easier. Anyways, so those are my 2 ideas. Now, how do I stop screen recording? Oh, Lord. Now, if we don't count the PS Vita, these are probably the most powerful consoles in the world. And that power, I don't know how, but it makes the graphics feel a bit cuter. I know this doesn't make sense, but I just feel like HD graphics make stuff cuter if you're trying to make stuff. So, like, if you were on a GameCube and you tried to make something cute, and then you were on a Switch and you tried to make something cute, it would look cuter on the Switch because it's HD, so you can get a better picture of it. How does that make any sense? I don't know. But these are probably the best systems ever. They're really good for children. Don't cost much, even. This is only, well, for a handheld, this is very, very pricey, but for a home console, pretty cheap. Only £380, which is about $300 in the US. And then this thing, as well as being £200, it's $200. Also, you can get YouTube on these things. I don't think you can even get YouTube on the PS Vita, so this wins the spotlight over the PS Vita as most powerful and coolest system. I think the PS Vita deserves it. Sorry, PlayStation. Well, Sony. But, yeah. If you've got enough money to buy a Switch Lite, but you can't afford a Switch, go for the Switch Lite. I mean, like, any Switch system that's released, every one is going to be awesome. Well, at least in my opinion. So, I recommend buying a Switch, first of all. I hope you enjoyed my drawings of new systems, Switch U and Switch Lite Elite, which I don't know how the Switch Lite Elite is gonna feel. If it's exactly halfway between the size of the Switch Lite and a Switch. I don't even know how easy that's gonna be. But anyways, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Go have fun doing something else, and don't bore yourself with our videos. Okay, yeah, please hit the like button, and then subscribe right now, or I will steal your Switch if you ever buy one. And if you already own one, I'll steal it anyway. Press like and subscribe right now, because this video is gonna end. Boom!